today's world is that nobody understands that without God in the equation, there is not supposed to be a perfect outcome. There's not supposed to be a blessed outcome, all right? So if God is not in that equation, and this applies to anything, you can apply this to anything in your life. If you go back and think about it, right? Every time God was missing from the equation, that thing, that relationship, that friendship, that brotherhood, that sisterhood, whatever it was, that job, if God was not involved somehow, then it didn't work out for you. And you don't even have to question why that is, because the answer is very simple. God was not involved. So God did not bless it. God did not ordain it for you. So the next time you think that someone is going to meet your expectations, but they don't have God in their lives, rethink that. Rethink that. Rethink that and involve God in your decision-making process. When you involve God in your decision-making processes and in everything that you do, then you start to understand that you're operating in God's will. You're operating in God's plans. But if you're operating outside of God's plans, then you can't be surprised when those things don't work out, right? Right? Because obviously those are someone else's plans if they're not God's plans, right? Because if you didn't involve God, then it's probably not God's plans, honestly. You're probably doing something that's against God's plans. So the next time you put your trust in somebody, the next time you put expectations over somebody who does not believe in God, come on, this is so real. The next time you do that, understand that if they fall short, if they do not meet your expectations, if they do not do whatever it is that is required, do not be surprised, because they don't have the same relationship that you do with God. They may not have a relationship with God at all. But just the fact is that if they don't have God in their lives at all, then they're not going to be able to meet what your needs are. They're not going to be able to meet your expectations. They won't, right? They may be able to partially meet them. They may be able to meet maybe 10%, maybe 30%, 40%. But they're not going to be able to match what God has in store for you.